One of the juiciest things about you is always your dating
Oh,
stories. So you've manifested so much. Apparently, we've been manifesting.
man. I manifested in every area except for that one, let me tell
I was going to say
you.
some of the wrong vibes. We need some new vibes.
It's so funny because I very frequently have people say, and I laugh when they say it because I understand where it's coming from. But I had one of my guy friends recently sit me down because and you know this, I have so many guy friends. I feel like a guy is a girl, like I get along really well with men. So one of my guy friends sat me down and he was like, I just don't get it, Violet. He's like, you're so great in every other area. How do you date so many fucking crazy people? And I'm like, I don't know. It's messy. But recently, recently,
We have a normal one?
ish. I don't know. I mean, I'm very, very single. We're still out here.
Okay,
You
she's
know.
very, very single.
That's like
We're not just advertising the gym right now. We are
Sorry,
advertising
guys.
Violet.
Let me think. So you were around I had one crazy ex that just haunted
I
my
can't
life.
think of one. I can think of many, but not one. So
I mean, there's only one in particular that was around for like a long period of time where all of my friends were like, we've had it. Like, he needs to go.
Palisades from early back days?
Yes,
Okay.
from Palisades days.
Okay.
And it was interesting because recently, I think I dated him for like 3 years or something like that. And then we had a very tumultuous not dating for 2 years and throwing daggers at each other and when we would see each other in public, and it was not good. And then he called me out of the blue one day to hang out and come over, and I was sitting in front of him and I just started getting nauseous.
Oh, okay.
And I started I swear to God, it was the craziest thing. I'm looking at him and he was trying to be the nicest he could be. And I just couldn't see anything but how disgusted I was by him as a person. So I was gagging, and then I eventually had to leave because I was like, I don't feel good. And then next couple of days, I just was like still uneasy. Like anytime I would think about him, I would start to like go actually physically gag. And then I'm at the gym, and my friend sent me a picture from she was like, oh, look at this dinner party or whatever. And he was in the corner. And I see his face, and I'm in the middle of like Equinox, and I get on all fours and I start dry heaving because I was so disgusted by the sight of him.
Okay.
Anyways, I bring this up to say the moral of the story is I think I am learning my lesson. So I think that my body is starting to reject maybe some of the
toxic people.
Yeah,
that's great.
No, but it's like it was a real, it was a real manifestation, like coming into physical presence of like actually feeling like it was leaving my body.
Oh, that's great.
And I was kind of laughing about it, like crying in between the dry heaves, and then
so you're proud of yourself.
I'm so
like
proud of myself. That was
yeah.
kind of the moral of the story, was I was just proud of myself. And in doing so, I think when you let go of things, again on the concept of manifestation, a lot of great things come in. So I think the next day or maybe the day after, I met this really nice guy.
Wow.
Super green flaggy. He came to my, what is it called? He came to my Friendsgiving dinner. He met all of my friends. And
so I'm going to meet him soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's, I mean, and not to say specific to him will stay around, because who knows? Like, this is a new thing. Everything is, But
at least it's like more positive vibes.
Better. Yeah, it's like more positive vibes. And I think it was more so, sometimes I don't think about things with the individual person. I more so think about the representation of what it means.
Yeah.
So for like, I don't even have a face to the person, but in my heart of hearts or in my spirits, I can tell that I feel a lot more confident with where I am in life. And because I feel confident, or because I feel full of purpose, my crazy choices that I did to entertain myself no longer have the same resonance with me. So I used to do things for the thrill of, things I won't talk about out loud.
Yeah.
But I used to do it for the wrong reasons. And then I just, at some point, you're just like, wow, this is not as fun anymore. I really want intimacy, and I want, someone I enjoy spending time with and who's a good person. And I think after your phase of like figuring out who you are, when you feel really confident in your choices, you kind of realize I am not a bad person. So why am I allowing bad people to take such precedent in my life?
Yeah.
And then I think output is a lot different. So different people come around you when you're able to give that firm no and know what you want. If that makes sense. I don't know if that answers your question. That's my crazy dating
No, I
stories.
love it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm so curious though. Have you ever encountered, like in business, I guess,
Mhm.
like to toxic clients or toxic people
Oh
that,
yeah.
yeah? And what do you do? Do
Oh
you just
yeah.
like eliminate them from your client book or like,
I am very lucky in what I do in that uh, I I can say no to clients, right? Not everyone can say no. I think you should always say no if something's not vibing with you, but I understand different people have different um, priorities. So for me, my business is called New Vibe. The purpose behind it being called New Vibe is because I believe that your vibe and the way that you approach situations really has an effect on those around you. So for me, I end every class that I coach by asking my students, what are you grateful for? What are you going to practice when you get home? What did you learn? Things like that. So when I have some client that comes in and has just a negative energy, I look at all of my coaches and it immediately brings the level and caliber of what you're doing in your space down.
mhm.
And I'm very protective of the vibe. I'm protective of keeping a safe space. So for me, I have many times said, unfortunately, I can't give you a spot in this pod, or I can't give you a spot in classes. And a lot of times that's just because I get a really bad feeling from someone. I think you can give people the opportunity to change because maybe they've had a bad day, or maybe they're not approaching something with a level of understanding and it's causing them to freak out. So you can do your best to see before, I would say always, before you cancel someone out as a toxic person or toxic client, I think you have to see if the verbiage that you're using is the way that they receive information,
Mhm.
if the way that you're describing something is actually getting through, or maybe you need to adjust what your automated response is, and see if there's a way that you can empathically get through a little more. And if you've tried everything, if you've tried the nice way, the hard way, the straightforward way, and it's still not working and someone's genuinely corrupting your business, then you have to remove it, because you know, it's not worth it for me to do anything that comes and interferes with the joy of your life or the joy of other people's lives. I'm very protective of my staff, so I don't want them to get, the brunt of misguided anger either. So my advice is to always remove that, limit interaction with that, and keep it going. Yeah.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Well, with that, thank you so much for being here. If anybody's in the Palisades, make sure to check out New Vibe Gymnastics. Say hi to Violet,
Yep.
or wherever else she decides to expand to. Do you have any
Yeah.
idea areas? WeHo,
Oh
New
man.
York.
You know, a lot of different opportunities have come up, but I am my sole investor and my sole owner, and I intend to remain that way for a while. So I think wherever I feel called to next is the move. And I have a few ideas, but I don't want to jinx it, so I won't say it out loud just yet.
Okay.
But thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.